There was a time when African art did not need to explain itself. It did not ask to be admired. It did not wait to be judged. It simply worked. A mask worked. A figure worked. A carved object worked. It healed. It warned. It remembered. Then, one day, these things were taken away, not because they were useless, but because they were powerful. When art was taken, it did not live as art, it left as evidence, as curiosity, as proof that something other existed. And the first thing that was lost was not the object, it was the reason it existed. In its home, a mask knew when to appear. It knew who could touch it. It knew what moment called it into life. Outside that home, it knew nothing. It was placed in rooms where silence replaced songs, where light replaced fire, where labels replaced elders. People began to look at African art, but they stopped listening to it. This is the quiet damage of removal. Because African art was never complete on its own. It needed people. It needed seasons. It needed belief. Once removed, it became beautiful but incomplete. And something else happened. The world began to ask, who made this? But that question became too late. In many African societies, the maker was not the point. The work mattered more than the name. The community mattered more than the individual. When art was taken, it was judged by rules. It was never made. It was measured against ideas of authorship and ownership, of style. And when it did not fit, it was misunderstood. This is how African art became timeless, but also stuck in the past. It was praised, but not followed. Displayed, but not learned from. Today, we talk about where African art should be, in museums or at home, returned or retained. But there is a deeper question underneath all of this. What happens when a people grow up, separate from the object that once taught them how to see the world? What happens when art becomes history instead of guidance? This archive is not about blame. It is about attention, about slowing down, about asking better questions. Because African art did not disappear. It was interrupted. And to understand it again, we must stop looking at it as something that was taken and begin to ask what was silenced when it left. This is African Art Archive.